Hi, I'm Glenn Slade, founder and CEO of BigSis, and I'm here at the moment in this strawberry field in Kent in southeast England to start our very first field study with our sterile male spotted-winged Drosophila. Exciting moment for us. What BigSis does is its own version of the sterile insect technique, where sterile male insects of a pest are released to mate with wild females who then have no offspring, or offspring that don't develop. This is something that could be a great tool for soft fruit growers around the world. It's a very high value crop, but this invasive pest has caused serious problems. It attacks the fruit before it's ripe and has plenty of time to develop before it's ready to be harvested. So really problematic to attack with chemical sprays, and that in conjunction with the time when regulators are reducing the number of chemical insecticides on the market. So we've got here our first tube of spotted winged Drosophila. They're all sterile and they're all male, and you might just be able to see that they are tinged green. That's because we've marked them with a special powder, which means that we'll be able to tell them apart from the wild flies on our traps around this field. This study that we're doing this year is going to be focused very much on understanding field dynamics. So how far do our sterile males fly? How long do they live in the field? How good are they at finding and mating with those wild SWD? That's the secret of this tool's success. And basically by running releases on these 6 hectares of strawberries during this entire summer season, so from now mid-April 2021 right through to October or maybe even November, we'll be getting data point after data point about that interaction between the insects we release and the ones that are on the field. So in a minute I'm going to release these, the small tube onto these strawberry plants here. You can probably see they're very young plants, they're not yet developed. It'll be another 6 or 8 weeks until they have fruit on them, and at that time they'll be much more attractive to the female SWD. But we're looking to see, do our sterile males released here go and find the female SWD, who are probably in the margins of the field, in the hedgerows and the woodlands, or do they not manage to navigate that far? And we're going to be making other releases in those hedgerows and margins of the field to see to what extent males released there find those females. And later in the season, as fruit become on these plants, we'll start to see where do the females arrive from, which corner of the field. That gives us some idea of the geometry of the invasion, and we'll get an increasing idea of the numbers necessary to suppress the wild pest population. So we won't know a priori if we're releasing enough this year to achieve suppression, but we will be releasing enough to get that calibration of the future number that we will need. So let me release these now onto our strawberries. Give them a bit of a prod. Flying off happily. A few too many stuck to the dial. I'll get rid of them in a minute. And they will now head off. They might take a bit of time to acclimatise, but sterile males do no damage whatsoever to strawberries. They will potentially feed on a little bit of rainwater or nectar to keep themselves energetic over their sort of week or two lifespan. But apart from that, they're harmless. So the growers on this field will be able to continue with the same treatment protocols they were going to use anyway. So they make a lot of use of biological controls, parasites, predators, and of course pollinators. And the sterile insect technique, the sterile male SWD, are not only species specific, they only affect, they can only mate with other SWD, but they're also non-toxic. So if they're eaten by birds or spiders, that's no problem at all. And that's why the regulators have already approved this solution for sale in England. We want to collect the right data so that we can make some commercial claims to go alongside that. But this is just so safe and so environmentally friendly that there is no permitting required at all. So I will be keeping you posted as this trial progresses during the summer, and look forward to reporting back on our results. Bye for now.